Okay, Bianca, hi. How are you?
Hi, hi.
Hi. So, just so you guys know, I'm actually recording. Bianca and I are having office hours, um, and we're recording because I stopped her in the middle because she's asking really good questions that I think a lot of you guys have. And so we're just going to go through the process of the office hours here, or the part of the office hours that should be public. When it's not public, I'm going to stop recording so we can talk. But just, I think through this process, I think you'll get the journals more and what it's meant to do. So let's start from the beginning. Let's rewind, Bianca. What were you asking before?
Okay, so I needed help finding a article for my journal,
Okay.
for the poem journal.
Okay.
And now I found one
Mm-hmm.
with your help, which is I'm doing The Inheritance by Linda Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
Words I can use will be multiracial, culture, and inheritance.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them together because I won't be able to find anything, but my main ones could be inheritance by itself or culture with it.
Okay.
So the topic for the poem would be that after rereading it several times, I kind of understand it more. Is that all her family basically passed away, and what they left her was the culture, which is her Native American side,
Mm-hmm.
which is her family used to be part of a, I can't say the word, Chickasaw, I can't
Chickasaw.
say it,
Chickasaw.
Chickasaw, okay, Chickasaw tribe,
Mm-hmm.
and basically that's her inheritance.
Right. So I want everybody to notice a lot of things that Bianca said here. She gave us a lot of topics. And so you get topics by doing, of course, the rhetorical situation that I keep harping about over and over. We will get it. We will get this, I promise. So we have to go through the topic. And she also, as she was explaining it, added some more words that she could use that we haven't even talked about yet. So I'm about to drop some bombs on you. You can put Native American as a topic. You can put Chickasaw as a topic, or Chickasaw traditions as a
Mhm.
topic, right? So the reason why we want to go with topic right now and not argument statements is, one, you're just now learning to do argument statements, and I'm taking it slow, so you're not quite there at the argument statement yet. Topics is a little bit easier because they're literally keywords that you can put in the database, right? You can literally
Mhm.
say Native American culture, traditions, pop that in there and stuff will come up, right? So you can literally put that in there. You can put three words. You can put one word. You can just put literally Native American on in there. Well, actually, it's two words, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You could put it in there and see what comes up. So we were talking about databases, and what database were you using?
Gale and context opposing viewpoints.
Opposing viewpoints. So I just did a video on that. I like that for this. I like both Academic Search Complete and this
Mhm.
opposing viewpoints for this particular one. Sometimes the opposing viewpoints beats out Academic Search Complete, and I think this is one of those journals where I think it will, because I kind of feel like it's a little bit user friendly. Is Am I right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So you went there and you saw an article, and we found out it's not a news article. It was the summary.
Yeah.
All right. So you can actually click on news. And then do you remember what we talked about when we talked about like looking for news articles, and how it shouldn't come, you're not writing compare and contrast. So it has to be the same topic, but not necessarily the same subject. Do you remember that conversation?
Yeah.
Could you enlighten the world?
Okay, so it doesn't have to be the same. It could be anything. Like for instance, the one that I'm doing, if I use inheritance, most of the articles that pop up are about money, nothing about culture. So, but it's okay because you're also inheriting something from someone. The same thing as Linda Hogan was. She was inheriting her family's culture. It's just the only thing is that this is money.
Right. So yeah, it's just, it doesn't have to be the exact same. Like the topic has to be the same, right? And both
Mm-hmm.
you used inheritance as your word, right? So it's the same thing. It's just that somebody's inheriting culture. And if you read a little bit deeper, you're probably looking at trauma. She's inheriting trauma, really.
Yeah.
Um, and someone else is inheriting money. I personally would like to inherit the money rather than the trauma, but I don't get a choice. Not everybody doesn't get a choice on what they get to inherit, right? And
Yeah.
and maybe that's something you want to talk about. How come other people get a choice and Linda Hogan and all the rest of us don't get choices? We just get the trauma,
Yes.
right? So you have that. And so let's talk. And then we talked about structure,
Mm-hmm.
right? So tell us about the structure. What you
Uh,
know so far about the structure, because we
what I
stopped
know,
in the middle.
yeah. So what I know so far is for the not the first one. We haven't gotten to that one yet, but the second paragraph will be basically me doing a quick summary, like 1 or 2 sentences for the poem, and then the next sentences can be about analyzing. I can use quotes, and then the the rest can be my thoughts about. I can use metaphors, or I can use the word some some of the topic that I found. Right?
Mhm.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, you're getting there.
And then the next paragraph will be the same thing, but for the article that I found.
Mm-hmm.
And then the closing, the third paragraph, no, fourth paragraph.
Fourth. Yeah, it would be the fourth one.
The fourth paragraph would be about answering the questions, and it will be about me, what
Right.
I think.
What you think. Right. So through this entire process, when you're writing it, what I am interested in and I'm looking for as a grader is how well you think on paper, how well you can take take the piece, whether it's the poem or the story or the our news article, and just think about it, think critically about it, and ask critical questions. I'm a big professor who adores thinking. Like I will let you pass, I will let you get away with murder if I see that you thought about the murder well. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't say that. It's 2020. But I want to see you think on paper. And so we were just about to talk about intros. And so intro is just like any other like essay. And I don't really consider a journal an essay. It could feel like an essay because it kind of feels like, oh my God, I have to do this thing. But really it's a type of response essay. So if you were, and I know Bianca and I talked about this, but if you were in 1301 recently and you went through 1301 with us at Lone Star Kingwood, most 1301 classes, one of the first essays you do is a response essay. And I think the last essay you do is a response essay. Unless, of course, you had me, which we did not do either of those. But we did something similar to the response essay, which was the memoir essay. So, um, so really, it's a response essay, just structured differently. That's all it is. So for the intro, I would write the intro last for sure, because you don't know what you're gonna say
Yeah.
until you say it, and what you're gonna say is gonna be in like paragraph 2 and 3. So I would write the intro last, and like you literally just introduce it. So even if you say, I mean, you can even put yourself in there because you can use I in this journal because it's a journal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can say, when I first read Linda Hogan's Inheritance and read 10 Ways to Inherit Money from Your Dead Aunt, whatever, I thought inheritance was only a thing that belonged to people with money. Now I know that it's different.
Mm-hmm.
See how that works? So
Yeah.
you're introducing both pieces, right? So you want to introduce both pieces in the intro. You want to introduce them, make sure that you're punctuated correctly. So poems would be in quotation marks. Your article will probably more likely be in italics. Then you're going to want to say the name of each the full name of each author. So in Inheritance by Linda Hogan, and in 10 Ways to Get Rich from a Dead Aunt by John Smith. We're making this article up, and it's not real. And all my examples are extreme, so I apologize for that. You want to put that in the introduction. And as for thesis, I don't want you to like wig out on the thesis, because this isn't the paper. The paper that's coming up, then you wig out on the thesis, right? Because it's a formal paper. This is an informal paper, so you need an implied thesis, which literally all a thesis is like, say, I'm just going to talk about this. This is what this paper is about, and I'm going to talk about this. Literally is what it is.
Yeah.
Just don't write it like that, but don't use those words. But that's what it says. So you can, in the example I just gave you in the example paragraph off the top of my head, a thesis could possibly be, and this is why I think it's better to inherit culture than money. Right? Remember we talked about it. I think we talked about it, but I didn't record yet, so I should explain that. So when we talked about the final paragraph where you answering the questions that are in the assignment sheet, that is where you really want to give me your thoughts. I want to see you think. And that paragraph should not be like 3 sentences. That paragraph should be a full paragraph. Like, go for it. Even if you go into 2 pages, go into 2 pages. I would rather read 2.5 pages where you really thought about it and I'm seeing you think on paper, rather than a 1.5 pages and literally all you did was summarize and gave me 3 sentences at the end, because that upsets me. Like, you missed the opportunity, and like, I feel bad about you. Not about me. I'll be fine, but I feel bad about you.
Yeah.
So going back to the example, one of the things you may want to write in your conclusion paragraph is to literally conclude, like, what is your conclusion based on the article that you chose and the piece that you read? What does that say about the world? What does that say about what people think and how they act and how they choose to live their lives, right? And so one of the conclusions that we may have come up with is, I believe it's better to inherit culture than money. Culture lasts forever, money is fleeting. Like, you can buy a big house and just be done with it. Like, oh, that's your inheritance, right? So that may be the conclusion. And so that's why I say don't write the intro until last, because you don't know what you're going to say until you say it.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you write that second paragraph and the third paragraph, and then you're at the conclusion, you're like, no, this is what I believe. Okay, done. Then you go back and you introduce it, do the titles and the names, the whole nine. And then your thesis is, and this is why I believe this. Boom. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
It does.
Yes. Oh, I feel like I'm going to get so many great journals. I feel like I'm going to be overwhelmed with so much joy, with so many good journals. Oh my God. Yes, I hope so. Okay. What else you got, lady?
Actually, I think you just answered everything.
I try my best. I hope it clears it up. Does it clear it up?
Yes, it did. A lot.
I like your background, by the way.
Huh?
I like your background, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I use it for work.
I really like it. I'm going to steal it.
I'm going to change it for one Halloween, because I'm going to have pumpkins in the background.
Yes. Yes. So it did clear it up.
Yes.
Cool. Do you have any more questions?
Oh, you said how long it's supposed to be? 1.5 pages? It's
a page and a half minimum. You can go into 2 pages.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go into 2.5, I'm going to be slightly annoyed because I have to read it, but I'm not going to be so annoyed that I'm just like, I'm going to send you an email saying this is too long. I would rather you, if you are going into 2 pages, 2.5 pages, but you're thinking, and I'm seeing you think on paper and it's delightful, I'm going to read it and I'm going to love it. But make sure you're thinking on paper.
Uh-huh.
but don't go 1.5 page and you're literally put
Just
a
blabbering.
line
Oh.
and like, I'm gonna stop right here, and it's literally the middle of a sentence, and you're like, and I'm like, what just happened?
Okay. I got
Good.
you. My notes. They're all everywhere.
They're colorful.
They're everywhere. But they're there. I got it.
Hey, as
Okay.
long as you understand them, it's cool.
Yes, I do. Soft scribbly. Okay, so I think I got everything from you. I'm actually ready to write this. Um, I don't think I have any more questions. I just need to look for an article, and you said to use news.
Yeah, the news section of Opposing Viewpoints is a really good database. I like Academic Search Complete, but I think especially for poetry,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe one of the papers. I want to say it's the research paper. I forget. This is really helpful. So if you're frustrated with one, go to the other.
Yeah.
Options.
That's what I did. I was frustrated with the other ones, and I went to this one.
Perfect.
Okay. Um, do I need to do a citation?
That's a really good question. For right now, no, because I really want you guys to focus on the journal and making sure that the structure is right and you're saying what you need to say. So I wouldn't do a citation. I mean, a couple of people have been doing citations, and I've just been either Xing them out or fixing them. It's whatever the mood is. But you don't have to do them right now. There will be a point in the semester when I will require you to do them, but that's
Mm-hmm.
only after I feel that you guys have settled in, know what you're doing with these journals, understand the process. Then I'll say, all right, then now monkey wrench, do a citation. You can, however, do an in-text citation if you want.
In text citation.
Yeah, that's the one where you write the last name of the person in parentheses right
Yeah.
next to the thing you're quoting or saying it's theirs. So if you
Oh,
want to do
I
the
didn't.
in-text citation, you can, and only, I'm the type of person that I'm gonna do in-text citations whenever and wherever. It's just habit for me, and that's for a lot of people. It's habit. If it's habit for you, you can do the in-text citations, but you don't have to do a works cited. Not yet. You will soon, but not right now.
Okay. Okay.
That's a really good question.
Yeah, because I was just thinking about it because when you go into the opposing viewpoints, it asks if you want the citation. It just does it on its own, I guess,
It does.
and you just copy and paste it.
Right.
That's all I was asking. I was like, I didn't do one for last time. I don't know.
No. And like you also like, so when it's time to do the citations, later on in the semester, that's a good way to get them started. I am gonna advise that the citation in the databases can be wrong. They've gotten better, I think. I've seen them get better, but they can be wrong. So what I'm telling students is I give them the MLA worksheet that kind of gives you how things are supposed to go, is that they check the citation against that worksheet and then change what needs to be changed. Like I think
Mm.
volume sometimes is wrong, the punctuation may be a little off on a couple of them, but it's a good to get started.
Okay. Mm, I don't think I have any more questions.
That's good. I know you kind of feel the pressure, like I got to ask questions for all the people who
Yeah.
are not here. So I'm trying real hard. It's okay. If they have questions, they can email me or do their own office hours. How about them apples? How about that? Yeah, you can do your own office hours if you have questions. Don't put it on Bianca's shoulders. It's not fair.
Oh, but if they want it today, they need to email you.
Right. And so, oh, interesting thing. So the system that books my appointment, oh, like I'm important. The system that books my appointments, um, doesn't do same day. So if you're wanting to meet with me that day, it won't let you book. I think it has a day or two ahead of time. So if you
Mhm.
need something that day, email me, see if I'm around, and I'll just send you a link. My tacos are here. Watch this. Watch this.
Oh, you're gonna show me that?
Tacos. They're carnitas.
Good. I want some.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. My mom gives me tacos in the middle of the day when I work hard.
You're just trying to show off the tacos.
I am. I am. And I don't care. Tacos.
I've been craving enchiladas.
Yes.
I've been craving some enchiladas.
Yes. Anything else, friend?
No.
All right. So I'm going to stop the recorder. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. And I hope your questions were answered. Bianca's questions were answered. If she didn't ask your question, you should probably book your own office hours. All right.